What you want? No, they're yours. You need them.
They're not the ones.
Oh, okay.
I want these. Thank you. Who's delivering my... Come here. Say hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Taylor.
Hello, Taylor. What do you do here?
I am a film and television student.
She's gorgeous, isn't she? And she delivers coffee. She's a volunteer here. Where are my letters, Scott? Thank you, Scott.
Hello, I'm
Thank
Scott.
you. What do you do here?
I am studying Advanced Diploma.
Bye, Taylor.
Advanced Diploma Broadcast.
Fantastic. I liked you upstairs too. I can hear him giggling. Righto, Daz, come over here, mate.
I'm also studying broadcasting.
Are we allowed to do a plug for your radio station now?
Which one? I'm working for 3 now, Gary.
Oh, man in demand. What's the first letter tonight? He's broken up with her because she's...
Oh, fat.
She's getting fat. We have to go to this camera. We're over there now.
That's unpleasant and unfair.
What, that she's fat or that camera?
Both.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's good.
I'm finding it hard to deal with it.
And second letter tonight.
Oh,
he went
yeah.
on about what?
Buttons pushed about falsifications of landing on the moon.
Did we ever land on the moon?
I wasn't there, but I think so.
What year were you born? Don't. You're on television. Don't ever reveal that on TV.
They'll keep that, won't they?
Yeah, they will.
And it smelled of boys' club.
What did?
Someone's jockstrap.
It's not me.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that, and don't go away, because Sweet and Sour is starting when?
Now? Next.
Now. Don't go away. Starting now, okay? There you go.
I'll take
For you.
those.
Thank you, sir. Got a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our motley crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, cause baby it's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
Pour some sugar on there, baby.
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
How's about some chili?
It's time for Sweet and Sour. Almost ready. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Gary Mitchell with you for the next fun-filled half hour. How do I know it's fun-filled? Because I know who's on the panel with me tonight, and you're about to meet him right now. Hello, my mate Daz.
Oh, hello. Yes.
3 radio stations.
Yeah, I think you had last count. Yep.
What are you doing? Just collecting them?
Pretty much, yeah. Eventually I'll get the whole set. That's my plan.
Are you enjoying it, or is it too much work?
Oh, look, it's always good. Yeah,
It's always-
it still beats digging holes for a living. Not that there's anything wrong with digging holes, but, you know, for a person like me with such terribly soft hands, there's not much else you can do.
How many years have you been in the industry?
25?
Oh, man.
Possibly, yeah.
All right, you'll be running it soon, won't you?
Oh, that's my plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then all of you will be my minions.
all you need to do is just put your finger right there.
Except I'm no one's mini anything, unfortunately.
Hello, Gemma.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm excellent.
You're always excellent. Why are you so excellent, though? Where have you been? What have you been doing? What's happening?
I've been enjoying European summer and posting about it all over my Instagram like a complete wanker.
Well, at least you're honest.
How long were you there?
On and off for a couple months, yeah.
Oh, that's exquisite. Were you just holidaying, or were you doing a little bit of work? You were
Just holidaying. Yes.
Wow.
It's really rude, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lydia,
Hello,
have you been in Europe?
I'm leaving on Sunday. And I'm going to be doing Instagram posts as well about it. You have to.
Yeah, all right.
Are we going to see your legs on a beach?
You'll be seeing my legs.
Yeah,
on the
Damo,
beach.
I'm leaving now. Can you host this show now?
No, that hurts. Yeah, that's tough, lady.
How are you, sir?
I've been digging holes, so it's been tough, you know. Digging holes sucks, let's be honest. And next Monday I'm off to South Quinana, though, so that should be...
More hole digging?
Yeah, a little bit. That should be a wonderful weekend away, though. Can't wait.
Good to have you on the show, sir. Here we go, folks. And this comes to us from Brady of Mooney Ponds in Victoria. Hi, Sweet and Sour. You know, if it's not right, it's just not right. No amount of second guessing, reconsidering, or giving it one more try is ever going to make it better. So when it's over, it's simply just that, over. It doesn't matter what you say, it's over. Well, my ex pleaded with me to explain how it was that I couldn't be with her anymore. I didn't want to say anything. I just wanted to walk away because it just wasn't right the longer we stayed together. She pushed and pushed and pushed, so I gave in. I told her straight that the more I got to know her, the more I hated her unhealthy lifestyle, and the more I could see her getting fatter and fatter, and it really was turning me off. I enjoyed her personality and loved how she would engage my mind, but I was feeling increasingly repulsed by her bad eating, lack of exercise, and 10 hours a day at least sleep-ins. Telling her was the worst mistake of my life. Do you think? We could have maintained a good friendship, but she turned on me and twisted everything, and in her eyes, I became the superficial monster who ruined her self-esteem. So, was my mistake being brutally honest, or no matter what I said to her as the reason for our breakup, she was going to twist it anyway? Please give me some suggestions here, because I'm not sure I've understood the teachings of this life lesson. As I said, Brady of Moonee Ponds, straight to Daz. You're first up on this one.
Well, Brady, welcome to the human race. I can see you've just joined us, so you're probably going to need a little bit of help to get through. Yes, telling her was the worst mistake of your life. Although it's a good lesson that you've learned out of this, I think, because you'll discover that no one ever wants to hear the truth. They might say they want to know the truth behind things, but they really don't. And especially not if the truth involves you saying, you're repulsing me because you're getting fatter. I'm sorry, there is no situation, unless perhaps you're a physical trainer, where that is acceptable, especially in relationships. It's just like, I'm sorry, am I out on a limb here?
No, I don't think so.
No,
you can't hurt people.
No, you can't. And you've got to just come up with something, but not that brutal honest.
Jem, what would you like to hear if someone wants to break up with you?
Certainly not the truth. No, I'm totally with you on that one. Oscar Wilde has a quote that says, "Why would you tell the truth to a sweet, refined girl?" And he even knew the subtle art of lying to women, and he was gay. So, and keeping with some butt-related themes, there's another saying which is you can't polish a turd, but you can roll it in sparkles. And I think in this context it means basically relationship breakups are pretty shit, but you got to do the best you can with it, and don't add insult to injury, really.
Don't add insult to injury. Why did she push and push and push and push? What is it about people that need to grab onto something when there's a breakup?
Well, I think she was feeling vulnerable. I think she obviously has feelings for you, and as much as I agree with my fellow panellists, I also do actually think saying the truth was a good thing. There's ways to say things though. Rather than telling her that she's fat, perhaps say that her lifestyle didn't suit you. There's ways to say things without being so direct.
Be diplomatic.
Absolutely, but I think the fact that you said something... Sorry, postcard with a smile.
I'm in Acapulco.
I just think
I'm not sending
every
you a
relationship needs closure. Gary, I'm trying to talk. I think every relationship needs closure, and I think that what you did was nice, but you did it in a not very nice way.
Is to offer closure rather than having them hang.
Yes, absolutely. Everyone needs closure.
Tell them what you need to tell them so you can move on, maybe.
Yeah.
All
nicely.
Damo, what's your take on this?
Just clarifying that Gemma called Brady's ex-girlfriend a turd. Is that correct? Is that what happened? Look, I'm on Brady's side a little bit here. Brady's the guy, obviously. I hope he pulled out some classic look. I just need some time by myself to sort myself out. But she pushed and pushed.
She pushed and pushed.
For don't ask if you don't want to know. And at some point, he's going to say, stop eating so much because you're getting fat. You didn't want to know completely, don't ask. That's all I'm saying.
Don't ask if you don't want to know.
Yeah.
We must learn a lesson out of this.
We asked our online community this question: do you have to explain to your partner why you're breaking up with them? And here are the results on screen right now. 86% said yes, you have to explain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
The
never.
truth they want.
Yeah,
They
but
say that,
It
but
just
they
says
don't mean that.
It says explain. It doesn't say anything about the truth.
Yeah, that's right. Just
So
make them feel good.
A good lie's acceptable.
Yes, absolutely.
Good to know.
Just needed some time by myself.
That's all. When we come back,
Sorted.
we're going to
not
be
you, it's
talking
me.
about whether man landed on the moon or not.
Here we go.
Goodness me, do some reading, will you? Don't go away, sweet and sour.
Getting in touch with Sweet and Sour is easy. Just head to sweetandsour.net.au to send us a letter. And while you're there, why not check out our past episodes? Plus, don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And for a behind-the-scenes look at Sweet and Sour, check us out on Instagram.
And for every one of our letter writers, we're sending you to the movies courtesy of Natalie Cameron and NRC Communications. And the movie we're sending you to this week is called
Hampstead.
Whoa! Thank you, Natalie Cameron. Here we go. Bad moon rising, dear Gary. What's wrong with people? Why are there some so intent on believing bulldust? What is it in the rational mind that makes it attracted to the totally illogical? Well, that wouldn't make it rational, would it? Here I was having a coffee with my brother-in-law when the news flashed up on the screen, playing in the background that it was the 48th anniversary of Neil Armstrong walking on the moon. It was like someone had pushed his on button, because for the next 15 minutes he went on and on about the falsification of man ever landing on the moon. In the end, I had to shut him up by holding my hand up to his mouth and saying to him that he just didn't have any understanding of science whatsoever, and if he was better informed he wouldn't be uttering such fantastic rubbish. My sister called me the following day and told me to get out a film called Capricorn 1 with James Brolin. When I told her that she was directing me to a work of creative fiction, she said yes, but it could be. There was no balance to anything that she said either. When I asked her why she needed to believe such a preposterous notion, she cautioned me to remain open-minded, to which I responded with a similar retort that she ought to be better read and better understanding of science rather than bulldust. He's a bit of a snob, isn't he? There was no convincing her of anything rational. What do you do with these people? Are they the same people who refuse to enrol to vote because they think the system is rigged?
That's where the snob comes in.
You snob. Davis of West Torrens in South Australia. Yes, all right, I believe you. Not Damon. He's a snob, but why do people still believe that we didn't land on the moon?
Well, Davis, to answer your first question, what's wrong with people? The answer is a lot. Look, Gary, I have very strongly held beliefs until somebody tells me their opinion, and then I change pretty quickly to what they think. Love a good conspiracy theory. I'm relatively confident we landed on the moon.
Yeah.
Yes, and maybe if we didn't, there'd be some desire still to actually do it and find out what's up there. But a lot of the superpowers, international superpowers, have let that go, so there's no desire to do that anymore. I'm confident that we did, but I love a conspiracy theorist, and it's good to listen to them for about 2 minutes, and then you've just got to get out of there.
Lydia, why do people want to believe that we didn't get to the moon?
Well, we didn't. Well, I believe that we did. It's just the way I've been taught and what I know and I understand. So I think we did, and I'm going to stick to the fact that we did, and I'm not going to object it, I'm not going to deny it, I'm just going to stick to that.
Where's the currency in thinking otherwise?
Yeah.
And I don't understand the motivation. My granny didn't believe we'd got to the moon, but my granny was a very religious lady, and the moon was a religious symbol. And she wouldn't believe that man ever stepped on the moon.
Wow.
She died in the 70s.
There you go.
Just a few years after we landed on the moon.
Oh, bless her heart.
You know, if she'd lasted a few more years, I probably could have convinced her. But sorry, Gren. Gem?
What is it about when people preface what they're going to say with, I need you to be open-minded about this, so you instantaneously know that whatever they're going to say is going to be so unpalatable to you. It's almost like if they have to convince you that they're really open-minded, that you just know they're a big fat asshole. And I mean, if we're really talking about open-mindedness, these same people seem to be really closed-minded to logic, reason, fact, science, etc. It's the same sorts of people that, you know, dismiss modern medicine and say, you know, oh, if you bathe in a pile of your own urine, then you'll cure yourself of fungus or something.
Oh, does that work?
And I would say you've got to be open to the possibility that maybe you just need a tube of Caniston. So, I don't know, I think...
When do we all not need a tube of Caniston, just quietly?
His family need to equally be open to the idea that maybe we did land on the moon, if they want him to be open to the idea that maybe we didn't.
Come on, Daz. Final word on this one.
I don't know why people want to believe that we did land on the moon, but there are some people that are pretty serious about, you know, convincing everyone that it didn't happen. I don't know.
What's that mean?
I don't know. I don't understand. I reckon
Get it on.
that you need to learn to get on with people, because you're going to come across a lot of people in your life that have got crazy ideas. There's a lot of people that are religious. You know, that's just as kind of grounded in reality as the idea that we didn't land on the moon in many ways. You just kind of, there are subjects you don't talk about. Religion, politics, sex, and conspiracy theories, possibly. If it really grinds your gears, then don't talk about it with them. Just move on to something else. It's how most families have survived for hundreds and hundreds of years.
We asked our online community this question: is it possible that humans never landed on the moon, and the response was, as you're seeing it now coming up on your screen, there you go, 40% believe that we didn't land on the moon.
Wow.
Wow.
Guess
Is it
what?
possible? Is it possible?
No, it's not. You know why? Because we can actually do it right now.
Yeah.
We can land them on the moon now, and we can go beyond. And we've actually got things from the moon in our hands right now.
And you know what? I reckon the Russians would have said something.
Of course.
You know what? In that
There was a
big
competition.
conspiracy time, they would have said something if we didn't go.
And they were both trying to get there first, so we,
This
you
letter
know,
about
competition.
the moon had a real lack of atmosphere.
A lack of gravity.
Oh.
When we come back,
Sorry, Gary.
we're going to be talking about whether we have still in the 2000 and what do we call this? Teens? The 2000 teens? What do you call that? The tweens.
Yeah.
Whether we still have a corporate boys club. When we come back, don't go away. Sweet and sour.
Sweet and sour, as delightful to eyeball as Bon Jovi in leather pants.
It's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
Esophaguses are overrated.
Yeah.
They are. Welcome back to Sweet and Sour. Here we go. Last letter of the evening. Hi, Sweet and Sour panellists. All the way throughout my career, there have been various work ethics that have had universal acceptance simply because they were plain common sense. One of those was to ensure personal relationships were kept out of the workplace. I was quite surprised that the AFL recently had to dismiss 2 senior executives for violating this notion. The surprise was that these were senior executives who couldn't seem to keep it in their pants, and they had no regard for ethical workplace behaviour. The dismissals were entirely appropriate. I was disgusted, however, that the same ethical standard was not upheld by one of our major television media companies, which did precisely the reverse after an affair by one of their senior executives, which became public and grubby. The senior executive was protected and showered with legal help, while the other party in the affair, a woman, not a senior executive, was dismissed and legally challenged. To me, it smelled of the boys' club and unethical abuse justified by corporate dollars. Surely the 2 individuals involved should both have been treated in precisely the same manner and stood down. Are we still harbouring a very backwards and old-school patriarchal lay of the land where, when push comes to shove, the corporate world shows itself too often to be unethical and primitive? Celeste of West Perth in WA. Lidia, is it a boys' club?
I always say it's a dog and a man's world.
Wow.
Yeah.
A dog
yeah,
and a
a
man's
dog
world.
and a man's world. I definitely think there is an element of there being a boys' club. I think there will always be a bit of that stigma, as much as I don't really like saying that, but I definitely think there is. We don't have...
Why will it always be, do you think?
Just the way of...
It might not always be, but it's going to be a long time before it gets worked out in the system.
Long time.
It's a slow progression. It's something that has obviously progressed over
How do
time.
you get rid of testosterone?
You
out
can't,
of the
and you
market?
won't. Marriage.
Marriage.
So...
You think we're always going to have a boys' club?
No. My train of thought's gone. There will always be an element of a boys' club. However, in this situation, by what you're saying, the 2 scenarios weren't treated fairly, and that is wrong, and it should have been.
Okay.
So good on you for standing up for us and for us women and wanting equality.
Well, you know, equality means the man sacked as well as the woman. Damo, in this day and age, there's an old cliche.
Yeah.
Sacking people because of workplace affairs.
Oh, it's a really good point you make, Gary Mitchell. Because it's not going to stop anytime soon, is it?
It's never going to stop. Human behaviour doesn't change.
It's never going to stop.
It's not official policy anywhere, is it? I mean, it might be a good idea not to fish off the company pier.
You
but
don't screw the
writes
crew.
No one writes it into things.
Convention.
Sometimes they work.
But senior executives can't. I mean, that's... What do you call that in the workplace?
Well, fraternising, or is it position of power kind of...
You know...
But what if they've fallen in love?
I'm
yes.
sorry.
And then what that always happens. Okay, let's presume it's always a case of falling in love.
A lot of relationships are born in the workplace. And I do feel...
1 in 7
Yeah.
finish up married.
Yeah.
Yeah, of every relationship, 1 in 7 start at the workplace.
And I
There you
do
go.
sometimes think it's a bit of a glass house situation. When we talk about ethical workplace behaviour, it will continue to carry on. Remember that heated affair you and I had, Gary? That got crazy. You know, and then
it wasn't to be public.
I'm sorry, I brought it out in
I'm
public.
going to have to sue you for those comments on there. You realise?
But yes, the boys' club is a very, very real stigma in the corporate world.
Yeah, lots of insecure people running around, running corporate identities and stuffing dollars into their pockets. We asked our online community this question before we come to Gemma and Daz. Should all affairs at work once made public be punishable by dismissal?
Whoa.
And the response
what did they
from
say?
you people was, there you go.
Yeah, good.
26% said yes, punishable by dismissal. 74% said no. It's going to happen.
Yeah,
But,
absolutely.
you know, the question that we didn't ask, should both parties receive the same punishment, if any? All right, who have we got next? Let's have a look. Daz.
Look, I do think, yes, that we've kind of established the boys' club kind of exists, whether it's, you know, something that we all want or not. But from the other point of view, that's also an example of the individual being looked after in the major television organisation, of kind of an old school philosophy where it's look after the people that work within your company, which I think is what's happening there.
But they both worked within the company.
Well, I suppose that's true. But
One was more senior than the
one
other.
of them probably made bigger decisions and had more of an influence over things, so they were backed a little bit more. I don't know. Look, it's it's unfortunate, and it is interesting that football and sport is actually a leading light in perhaps how things should be done.
I agree.
It's a strange turn of events, isn't it? But hey, we can finally look to football for moral advice.
Gem, last word to a woman, as it should be on this sort of question.
Actually, this letter just makes me go, ugh. And
You're
mean,
allowed to go,
patriarchal. At boys' club, the two men had to stand down. The woman who still works for the AFL, she's on leave but still works for the AFL, she wasn't made to stand down. I'm at a loss here why we think that this is a boys' club.
It was the other company where
Yeah,
the
no,
man was...
and well, yeah, that's right, but I don't think that in the AFL example, which forms most of the letter, that that's the case. And I think it's unethical to fire someone for something that didn't have any bearing on their job. I think that's primitive.
So, confine it to your job. If it's got it, well, it probably does affect
Did
on
it
your
even
job.
bring the company into disrepute, the two in the AFL? I don't even think there wasn't anything controversial
Not
in
in the
that.
AFL.
Let's bring that.
Well, nor in the other one
It's a bit
either.
of sex.
Yeah.
Makes life interesting, doesn't it? We've got to go.
Really?
Yeah, we've got to go. Look, it says, they're telling us 30 seconds. Good night, Daz.
Okay.
Thanks for
all right.
being here.
Good night, thank you.
Good night. Good night, Jem. Lovely to have you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you again. Lydia, where are you going?
Croatia.
Hey.
3 weeks. By the Adriatic.
Some people have got it good.
Look out for legs on the beach.
Legs on the beach. And
South
then a yacht,
Grenada.
hopefully.
South Grenada's where I'm
And
going.
equally look out for legs on the
South
beach.
Quinana.
Who won the Sunnies? Who won the prize?
Oh, did we not give away the sunnies? All right, don't go away yet. Don't go away yet. Hang on. Which one did you like?
Three.
You wanted
Celeste.
the one that we were talking about just now.
Just now,
So,
yeah.
hang on, what page is Celeste on there? Here we go. Page 3. Celeste of West Perth WA. Which one did you like?
Do we have another topic?
I'll go with 3 because everyone else is keen.
Gemma's easy to say.
But I think she's harsh.
She's harsh. Which one do you like?
I am going for 3 in this instance. Only just,
Celeste. Damo?
Yeah, I had to convince everyone for letter 3.
All right, we're going. Celeste, stand by your letterbox. Out to you, a pair of limited edition sunnies coming out now. Good night, everyone. This is the time where you wave. Bye-bye, folks. See you next week.
Bye. I did a premature wave.